Low battery. Please charge. Low battery. Please charge.
Day night, holiday weekend. Pretty sure people got a lot of other things to do than be, tuned in with me. But I appreciate everybody. If you in right now, man, make some motherfucking noise, man. Like I said, man, this is Dope Lines Podcast. I'm your boy T hyphen man, as y'all can see, man. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. We on the Dope Lines Network, man. The Dope Lines Podcast on YouTube. Make sure y'all check us out on YouTube, Instagram. We on TikTok. We on Facebook. We all over. So just make sure y'all stay in tune with your boy. Um, like I was saying, today is it's another hot topic, man. We like to keep it lyrical, man. We try to keep it lyrical, but it's so much stuff going on in this world today, man. That we to keep dope lines going, we really gotta make sure everybody stay on code on what dope lines and what real hip hop is. So, in order to do that, I think that it's only necessary that we make sure that we keep the culture going the right way. So, like I said, we like to keep it hip hop. We like to keep it, uh, we like to keep it, all the way lyrical. But sometimes you just have to. And when I'm talking about, you just have to. We gotta talk about the culture, man, and what's going on right now. It's a lot that's going on right now. Heck, um, let me make sure everybody tune in, man. Make sure everybody get into the live chat or whatever. We trying to make sure everybody log in. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in from everywhere, wherever you tuning in from. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Shout out to all my peoples in the A that's tuning in. You dig, Jack? Got a lot of people tuning in from overseas too, man. I don't know what time it is over there though, but happy holidays. I know y'all don't celebrate Memorial Day because that was mostly the day that we kick y'all ass overseas. So if you're from another country, you might not like our Memorial Day because we celebrating our ass kicking. Go USA. Go USA. We celebrating all the ass kickings and all the people that died kicking ass. So shout out to everybody who died, man. Memorial Day weekend, man. Dope Lines podcast. We can't forget the soldiers, man. People that put their lives on the line, man, all the way from the military to the to the Stones, to the Vice Lords, to the GDs. I'm talking about the cats back in the days who was fighting for real shit. Not the cats that's out here fighting doing this dumb shit right now that they doing. We talking about the real soldiers. Shout out to them, the Fred Hamptons, Bobby Gores, Jeff, free Jeff Ford, free Larry Hoover. So, like now that I got that out the way, my Chicago montage. You feel me? We gotta talk about hip hop, man, and it's all go tie into that structure that I was just talking about with Bobby Gore and Fred Hampton and Chief Malik and Larry Hoover, and the reason why we want these people out and free, and nobody really understand or really understood why we were like so avid on freeing these dudes, man, because we lost law and structure, man. It seems like law and structure has like we used to have so much law, so much structure. Uh, you really wasn't worried about the police catching you if you did something bogus. You was getting violated on the block. Like we had goals, and a goal was like a meeting. And if you did something that was against the mob, you got handled at the goal in front of your peers. So it was like a lesson taught to you and everybody else in the mob. That's when we had law and structure, literature, you know. But anyway, this is talking about, has hip hop turned demonic? It's a lot going on with hip hop as far as not just the rap part. I'm talking about everything associated with hip hop, movies, uh, art, and of course the music, everything that's associated with hip hop. All the five elements have been tainted. Um, It used to be a time where hip hop was it was our it was our shelter, somewhere we could run to, somewhere where we can find our joy, where we can have, we can enjoy being us, and it was just authentically us. And I ain't talking about just us being black. It was us, anybody who had bought into the culture, Latinos, whites. You had, Chinese. They still anybody who bought into this hip hop culture, they understand what the meaning and what it was about and the feeling. So that's what I mean. It was like shelter. It was structure. It was brought to us to to unite instead of dividing and turn us. It was built to make us godly. Hip hop was independence. Hip hop was our reparation. Hip hop was our way to get out our jam. Hip hop was the way to resurrect the ghetto and to revive everything. Hip hop was supposed to be our savior. So, um, uh, so like I say, I just gotta say, uh, like I said, hip hop was used to be our savior. It was our journal. It was a weapon. Um, uh, born from the struggle, from the corners, the blocks, the basements. You know, we had nothing, no resources, no stage, no voice, and then hip hop showed up, and it was ours. And like when I say it's ours, it's just not just our as far as black people. Like when I say our, I'm inviting everybody into hip hop because hip hop is the culture. Hip hop is a feeling. It's not a religion. It's not a race. It's not. It's a feeling. It's a vibe, man. Hip hop is the ultimate vibe. So that's what I say. It was ours. But now you look at it and you see what we let them do to it. And what I mean by them, I'm not even go sugarcoat it and be like, oh, them, and don't say them. It's the Jews, fam. Straight up, it's not a laughing matter. But I see so many people that want to dance around the subject. We know who causing this problem. We know who's spreading this bullshit. It's the Jews, Jack. And I don't care if I get shut down. I don't care about the algorithms. I don't. Mark Zuckerberg, no, I don't give a fuck about him. Elon Musk, no, I don't give a fuck about him. Anybody who own these social media platforms don't know because I've been a voice way before this joint, and I'll be a voice way after this. So I just tell the truth, man. It's the Jews. Anytime you get a cat that come on to like the Breakfast Club and tell everybody I got mouths to feed, I got a family. Yeah, I understand what's going on, but fuck y'all. I gotta eat. I gotta pay these bills. And then you don't get no you don't. First of all, nobody said shit. If Kanye would have came up there and said some dumb shit, or anybody would have came and said some dumb shit, the Breakfast Club is known for having a donkey of the day. They was the donkey of all days for letting that Jew white dude come in there and say, "Fuck y'all, I gotta eat." So you gotta take a lot of blame on who you know who doing it, but you also can't get mad at the DJs that's spinning this shit too because they black and they took the check. You got old ass DJs, man. I love them. Yeah, sorry about that. Sound went out a little bit. Shit got a little dead. But like I was saying, you got old ass DJs like Greg Street, Funk Master Flex, so on and so forth. And these cats, man, they are out here purposely spinning bullshit. I'm talking about like they are spinning this shit and they know it's not hot. But they spinning. They made this drill music popular. They made all this trap music popular. You know, you got a lot of people to blame. Nobody really took accountability for spreading this shit. I think David Banner. Shout out to my boy David Banner, man. Always a real one, man. Go way back with David Banner, and I think he said, cause he started trap music. If you go back and look it up, David Banner started trap music, man. T.I. and them took a hold of it and ran through it. And, you know, his the legal fees and, I mean, legal troubles allegedly, well, not allegedly, the legal troubles he got out and he started trap music. It's almost like it was set up, you know, for that to happen, for him to fall off and get back on and make it seem like, trap music was viable in our community. Like it was something that we needed in our community. So uh, trap music came and blew up or whatever. And then you got the drill music, and you got these DJs, man. Like I said, man, you got these DJs who 50 years old and older, and these cats are out here playing bullshit ass music on the daily, spending it early in the morning. You wake up in the morning, man, and they playing the worst music you can ever wake up to. Your vibe is gone. Your like I say, hip hop is so demonic right now that we don't even know how it's getting into us. We don't understand how they infiltrating the music from morning to night. You hear some of the most ratchet, most vile shit, and it used to be like you could only see that at night. You know, BET plays shit at night. You stayed up all night so you can watch and see, whatever. You had to box, you had to order that shit. So we always had it, but it wasn't accessible like it is now. You had to pay for it, you had to sneak and do it. And if you did all that, then, you got prepared to watch. That's on you, you know. But to be able to just pick up your phone or just do whatever and, 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 and just see, just whatever you see is crazy. Um, it's just like everything is hyper sexualized right now. Everything, like from uh, uh, little girls can't be cute no more. They want them to be fast and grown, and everything is sped up. Nobody's taking time to nurture anything no more, man. It just like say the demonic state that we in is almost like the movie Get Out mixed with a clone Tyrone because we don't know what's going on. We just don't know. Like the younger kids don't understand that when they say they on demon time and they go out and they do the shit that they do, they really being on demon time. And just the words that you speak means a lot of stuff. So like I said, man, uh uh we let them come in, infiltrate hip hop. We let them take it over. We let them use it, and we let them get away with it without saying shit. All these so-called gangster hip hop moguls now. They're not even rappers now. They moguls. They got money. They got everything, man. They just scared to go to war against the system. It's almost like they know they sold, and they gone, and it's like it's too late. So somewhere down the line, they saw what we had, raw, unfiltrated truth, and said, "Nah, it's too powerful." That's what I'm thinking. They was like, "Nah, this shit too powerful, man." And And so they started feeding the industry the darkness, like rock and roll. I don't think rock and roll or blues or anything started off as bad or foul or whatever, but it was fed darkness, and it slowly, quickly, just stepped in. And now all the rappers dress like devils, talking death like it's dessert, pushing pain like it's a profit. We used to talk about making it out. Now we glorify being trapped. It's backwards, man. We screamed about underprivileged and being forgotten. Then we finally get a platform, where the whole world is on our shit. It's demonic. You talking about a platform that's like no other. Like there's no, you can't compare hip hop to nothing. Nothing ever came close to hip. It did, for uh 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 the most influential thing ever invented, and it's still, the influence is good, and the influence can be bad. You mean to tell me on Easter Sunday, everybody is lined up to go see a horror movie? Like it's an oxymoron to be talking about a day where Jesus Christ should be coming back, and everybody in America is going out to watch a horror movie and trying to say it's some good in it. You going watching anything, a vampire movie about the clan, about anybody, it's demonic. And they sliding that shit in on you without you even knowing it's demonic. You thinking that you getting some knowledge, like you going to the movies to go see. And I have nothing against Ryan Coogler, Michael Jordan, anybody in the cast, any black person that put on a production, white, whatever. I don't care. It's just that the fact that we've been tricked. Yeah, they let a brother go in there, use the newest technology. He was able to put together this amazing film, cinematic marvel. But we have to think though, it's almost like 5G and the rest of these inventions that they make that we think is like, groundbreaking and new. These things are the devil's tools if you don't know how to use them right, or if they get used against you right. Imagine how long they've been using AI, and we just getting a piece of it, and we seeing like, damn. But they've been using AI to fool and trick us to the point where we just dumb down right now, and now we just understanding that it's an AI and they can do that. Before we didn't know Photoshop that they can change the picture, change the video. This stuff been out for years, man. We just getting a hold to it. 5G, it's a military weapon. All of 1G, 2, all that shit been out. They was used for the military. They just make it seem like, oh, it's a great thing to have on your phone. No, but they use this stuff. They've been manipulating with this type of tool. These are all military warfare tools. And if you think in military terms, you're thinking demonic, you thinking either you build or destroy. So you thinking destroy. So you thinking demonic. So like I said, how we screamed about we needed something, we need to, we overlooked and underprivileged. And then we get hip hop and we just turn it demonic. And then you get demonic movies, but then you also get great music. Like we know the music that's out there that's not getting pushed. We know the artist that's dope as fuck that's not getting pushed. That's why Dope Lines is here. We like the Rhapsodies. We understand that you got the D, you know, my boy D1. You know what I'm saying? We got these cats that's out here representing positive Lecrae. We got these cats, man. So we got to put these cats on the front line because it's a battle. It's a war going on. good against evil. Either you build or destroy. So we have to put these peoples out on the front line, man. We got to support them. So you got movies like They Clone Tyrone. Now we talk about Sinners and how great it was or whatever, but was it like? Do you go back and think about this movie like, I want to watch it again or whatever, or was it like They Clone Tyrone, a movie that was so good and scary? You almost you had to watch it twice, but after that, you almost didn't want to talk about it because it was so real and it was no cap and it just hit all the points about the everything that we put into our system: the bad food, the malt liquor, the gambling, the club, the music, uh, all this stuff that's throwing our vibrations off and got us acting crazy. The scene in about the chicken was so dope. It's in the chicken. Then you go into the club, and the club scene, and they clone Tyrone. Another amazing scene where everybody was just like vibing to the music, and then they just switched and got violent. And then you look at the graduation a couple of weeks ago. I think it was Louisiana, where they were playing where the fans at, and everything was cool, and everybody was vibing and doing their thing. And then they played this other music, this rap song, and then these kids start acting like possessed animals. And I know we all had our fun, shorties dancing and break, doing everything. But if you just listen, if you just look at that video and turn the sound down, it doesn't look like organized fun. It doesn't look like breakdancing or pop locking or even twerking. It looked like a bunch of demonic ass kids that just lost their mind and this music just turned them out. So you imagine going to a club where they don't dance and they just in the club and they just do that shit. It's not like they dancing. When the music come on and certain songs come on, they just act a fool, break fool. They look retarded. I know it might have looked retarded. He was whatever. If it's college, it's even worse because these are our future. Is it? It's that movie. We need to revisit They Clone Tyrone because yo, it had some scenes in there that had me shook. Because it was so real. But the one scene that I think too that we overlooked was the scene when the hood got united and they was riding behind Jamie Foxx, and you had cats in the drop tops, and they was strapped up, and they was ready for war, and they was really boots on the ground. That's boots on the ground, and that was a great movie because they showed that we had an enemy, a common enemy, so we need to be unified. If we know it's an enemy, we know somebody trying to uh, destroy black life. If you really truly believe that, then why don't we unite? It just don't make sense. But that movie was super deep, man. I know it was a sci-fi, but the message was so real. The message was so real. The film was a mirror. It was a warning. It was a love letter all at once, man. It showed us not to be easily manipulated, clone mentally, clone culturally, and how hard it is to break free. That was another thing, man. Like once you get caught up in that, man, even like the movie Get Out, once you get caught into that thinking and they got your brain, it's so hard to break free. So we need more of that in the art to wake us up because we have to combat um, what's going on. Like we have to compete with evil, and evil is winning the big time, man. So we have to compete with this evil or movies like that, man, that keep us into a more than just like have us want to go uh, violent, you know, tit for tat, you know, go to war when we actually need to unite. So that's what I'm saying. It's a movie that wakes us up and not put us to sleep. But because hip hop wasn't demonic by nature. As a matter of fact, it was divine. It was ours. It was the fight for our soul music. You know, uh, that's what make it so sad because like it's there's no other music on this planet that was put out uh, basically to fight for the souls of black people. Like we had soul music, of course, that was probably the best genre of music ever. Um, and it worked. Somehow switched it on us when they start colorizing it, and they made us black. When it was just music, it was just music. When they made it black music, oh, you black and you proud and this and that, and it's kind of like took away from what the music was made for. Even with the hip hop, hip hop was fight the power and all that. It was great. No, but when it got to the Jew, Jerry Heller, changing NWA structure to go against the native tongue, and we had Tribe, the whole native tongue, man. De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Moni Love, Queen Latifah, Jungle Brothers. You had Parrish, you had X Clan, you had Cam on the West Coast. Raz Cass is dropping so much knowledge. It was just a lot of like spiritual lyricists out there, man, who really was speaking on stuff, man, and and it seemed like it just changed. Like, um, we went from uh women that because when you're at a club, you don't really want to hear X Clan, you want to hear Luke. You want to see the girls look like 357. You want to put the biker shorts on and all that. So don't get me twisted. It was a time for that, but it wasn't just accessible like it was. Like you had to go out and get it. Like you might get to a teenage year and you go to a club, teenage party, and they playing that, or you got the box, or you got to buy the joint, but it had the parental guidance sticker, and you had to almost like buying a pack of cigarettes. You had to be grown before you can buy that album. Um, but somehow it was accessible, and it's basically, man, the Jews, man. And I can't even blame it all on them because we allowed it. Even if they did come in with this diabolical plan to shut down black people in hip hop and all this stuff, we still allowed them to come in and rearrange our artists and rearrange our culture and make it culture and tell us this is what it is, and they make millions of money off of it, and we have nothing. We got a few billionaires, and they not really fucking with us like that either. Only billionaire that I can say, and I'm a biased motherfucker, is Kanye's the only cat that was really coming back trying to make a difference with the hood predicaments going on, putting the light on stuff, changing the situation, using hip hop for what it was made to be. The voice of the streets, the voice of the people. Nobody backed him up. The man went out there, solo mission, doing everything, talking this shit, and nobody said, you know what? We backing Ye up. Nobody did. Actually, they turned the other cheek and they went the other way. They started joining forces with Jay Z and Diddy and all the rest. I just had to chop it up with y'all, man. But I just had to ask a simple question, man, because I just think that hip hop is so demonic right now, man, that it's almost like you don't want to let your kids hear it. You don't want to let, your peoples hear it. It's just so demonic right now. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, man. It's Dope Lines Podcast, man. It's your boy T Hyper, man. And I'm out.